Okay, there you go.
All right, now, all right, we'll officially call this meeting to order. Appreciate everyone for coming. Lauren, if you don't mind doing the roll call
Chairman Tanyakos,
here.
Tim Mankey,
Here.
David Johnson,
Here.
Sam Sharma,
Here.
and John Susarski.
Here.
You have a quorum.
All right, lovely, lovely. Public participation. I don't think anyone else is online.
We have
Seems like.
none. Nope.
So we'll skip through that and then all right, so we'll move on to discussion and take action on placement of coverage. So I don't know if Jason, you want to take the lead or Lauren?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, first off, thank you. We're really honored to be partnering with the town for another 3 years. So we really appreciate renewing our contract, and obviously look forward to continuing our partnership with the town and Board of Ed. I saw a note too that Lou had retired, so I sent him a note giving him my regards, wishing him the best. So I had a chance to connect with Lynn over at the Board of Ed as well, and that's been great. So in terms of for negotiating for the current renewal. I had approached Kerma, to see if they would potentially renew the rate lock agreement a year early. Typically, you can do that to secure, better terms in the current year. We just, as we did a full marketing of the coverage about 2 years ago. Normally, recommend marketing every 4 to 5 years, to which gives enough time to keep Kerma honest, but at the same time not burning out the market. So given that if we potentially renew for in the current year, by the end of the third year of this rate lock agreement would put us around the 5 year mark, which would be potentially a good time to again explore the market and conditions in terms are overall moving in a good direction. So we feel like the market conditions 5 years from now would be a good opportunity, or sorry, 3 years from now would be a good opportunity to once again to look at the current terms. But given that it's only been a couple of years, we figure, why don't we go to Kerma, save you a couple points on the current program, and lock in for another 3 years. So they Kerma agreed that was a good idea. They dropped the indication from 1.5 to 0, and then giving a 5% cap plus exposure over the next following 2 years. Historically, Kern was coming under 5, but they've given the 5 as sort of the hedge against reinsurance and other issues they may come across down the road. 5% is really what we've seen with most other towns, across across Kerma clients, across Connecticut. So we felt that was fair terms. Plus the 0% is actually most towns have been getting 1.5%, for in really no rate lock. So the fact they do 0% in the current year was a good deal. So given the current terms, given just the recent exploration of the market, and given where we'll be in another 3 years from now, we feel this is to renew the current rate lock agreement with the current would be the best course of action.
All right, does anyone have any questions for Jason or anything like that? I mean, it seems pretty good to me.
Yeah, it seems good to me. I just had a question, Jason. What's going on with excess liability premium? Because that's sort of separate from the rate lock cap, right?
Yeah, no, thank you, John, for bringing that up. So the additional 10 million that the town carries, I'm sorry, the additional 15 million the town carries, excess of the standard 10 million. Kerma, most Kerma clients, the standard offering in the lap is 10 million. They have the ability to go higher. And so, that additional excess liability coverage falls outside of this rate lock agreement. Those rates have been between 10 and 15%, which is more or less the standard going in the market. I think really the two drivers of claims and premiums right now in the current market is law enforcement liability, as you can imagine, as well as excess liability. So things like property, other policies, other terms and conditions we're seeing improving, but the additional, especially those higher towers of excess, we're still seeing double-digit, increases year over year. So, I know that's, we get this question a lot, with respect to the town, because given your profile, it is a higher limit than what most towns of your profile, what you carry. But obviously, being the exception, you have the school bus fleet. So I know that's always come up, occasionally about divesting the fleet. Do we, what's the cost for this additional coverage? So, I know that can's been kicked down the road quite a few times, but given the current program, the current limits, given the current town's Board of Ed's current profile, you guys are in really good shape. But we are, the that current additional layer, that 15x of 10, we're seeing between 10 and 15%.
Okay, is that how much of the total premium lap and premium is the excess? Is it like
around
10%?
It's
You
around
know, off the top of your head?
130,000 and change, I believe. It's around
Oh.
high 130s, low 140s. I don't have the exact
Okay.
number in front of me, but it's actually pretty reasonable for
Yeah.
15, for you're getting about 10K a million, so which is really good deal. It's
Yeah.
good. Because the other thing too is to consider, so what's unique about Kerma, well, it's not unique to Kerma. We can place this outside of Kerma, but it is a nice offering. Because I mean, we have the ability to place the 15x of 10 outside of Kerma, but the what's nice about what Kerma does is when you buy these higher excess towers, they maintain separate silos of coverage over each individual. So you have a separate silo of 25 over the GL, the auto, the law enforcement, the school leaders. And we have, that's not unique to Kerma, but it is tough to place that outside of Kerma. So the fact that you're getting that additional coverage for that premium,
Yeah.
is a nice bonus. Because if we were to place that 15x of 10, it would be, it'd be follow form over the Kerma program, but for that premium, we probably wouldn't be able to get the same siloed setup that Kerma has for the town board of ed. So
Yeah, I just got my quote for my umbrella renewal, so I know it's not cheap.
yeah, I know, but good for you for at least carrying it, because I know we get that question a lot, especially with folks who serve on boards of nonprofits and they do other things, right? Either they have a house or a car or whatever. The standard offerings on even on your homeowners and your auto, really those limits go quick, so that the umbrellas, the premiums are getting pricey, but given the world of nuclear verdicts and everything else going on in this world, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's cheap insurance. So
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone else?
Seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, seems like a good deal to me.
Yeah, I'll take it. All righty. Lauren, do you mind pulling up the agenda again? Thank you. All right, so then we're right back to public participation. Which
No, I need you to motion and.
We have
I was
to
gonna
vote.
ask, do we need to actually vote on it? Yeah, so
Yeah. So, the resolution would be for the Standing Insurance Committee to recommend that the town council accept a budget stabilization program from Kerma for fiscal years 25-26 through 27-28.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
all right. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We abstain, opposed? Not hearing any. All right, motion passes. Lovely. And that'll be going to council tomorrow. I
Tomorrow
believe,
night.
Lauren.
Correct.
Okay, so then now we'll go back to public participation, which I doubt anyone joined the last 5 minutes. So,
We couldn't get
yeah.
anybody to join regular.
yeah, not one of the more fun committees. Yeah, not only planning and zoning, right, or land use, right? They get all the love and attention.
Just as important though,
100%, absolutely.
all right, we'll move on to any last minute comments, guys. Anything else to add?
The only thing is, I believe the second adjustment for the 23-24 retro is going to come out soon. So I will keep an eye out for that. And Lauren and I are working on setting up a claim review for, you guys don't have a ton of open comp claims, but there's a couple hanging out there, and so we're going to go over those later in this, probably mid-August, I think is the dates that we were kicking around.
Yeah.
So that'll be
Cool.
that'll be next. So
I look forward to it. All right, well, with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey,
All right, guys, I really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
everyone.
Thank you. for
Thank
coming
you
out.
so much.
thank you guys.
Good.
Thank you. Well,
bye-bye.
talk soon. Take care.
Bye.